Hi everybody, in this video, I want to run through another macro with you. So we're going to create a new macro and record it. And then I'm also going to show you how to create a button. So in the previous video, we already had, some pictures kind of pre-set up that were going to be our buttons. But let's say you haven't done that yet. We can create a button on the fly while creating the macro as well. So we'll show you how to create it and then link it with the button. So let's get started. I'm up here in the developer tab again. So that's where I'm going to start if I want to record a macro. And when we're ready, we're going to go ahead and click record macro. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to follow along with your text, and they would like to call this add donor. Okay. All right, we're going to save it in this workbook. And let's see, our description is going to be add a new donor to the donation table. And then we're going to click OK to start that recording. And remember, once you click OK, Excel will start recording every step that you make after that. So I'm going to hit OK. Now I'm going to click on the donations tab. So even if you're already on the donations tab, you need to click it because when you run the macro, you may not be on the donations tab to start with. So you want to click that first to activate it. If your sheet is protected, you're going to want to unprotect your sheet. So if you've been following along in the text, this worksheet may be protected. So as part of the macro, you're going to click unprotect so that you're able to edit it during the macro. My sheet is not protected here, so I'm not going to click that. But if it was, you would want to unprotect your sheet there. I'm going to go ahead and click cell B5 to select it. I'm going to go to the home page here, or the home tab, and I'm going to go ahead and hit insert so I can have another row for a new donor. And if you just click insert, it will go right above it, and you can see that new line filled in. Now I'm still recording this whole time, so all these steps are getting recorded. I'm going to go back to my donors sheet. I'm going to go ahead and select the range from C5 through C15. I'm going to go ahead and copy that data. Then I'm going to go back to the donations page, and I'm going to go ahead and hit paste special. So paste and then paste special. And what I want to do here is I want to just select values and number formats. So I want all my values and my numbers to get imported into here. And I'm also going to have to check off transpose. Now that transpose is going to change my data from column information to row information, or vice versa. So that's really important here because we had information that was copied as a column. So if we wanted to enter as a row, we do need to hit that transpose button. The other thing I want to point out to you, and you can kind of look back on your own, I'm not going to do it because then that would record in my macro, is that the titles are all the same though. So if you go back to that previous page, the information that we copied, it was donor number, date of donation, donation amount, source, first name, last name, street, city, state, etc. So all of our headings match, which is important. That's going to get put into our table in the same exact order. And then I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now, if you are protecting your sheet here, you would go back to the review tab and now hit protect sheet so that it protects the sheet again. Again, if you've been following along in the text, we've been doing a lot of protecting and unprotecting that sheet. So if that's something that you want to do for your macro, you would reprotect your sheet now and click that. And then I'm going to go ahead and click the donors worksheet and click cell C5. And then that's going to be the end of my recording. So I go back to the developer page and I'm going to hit stop recording. So it's going to do all of those things there along the way. Now let's go ahead and see if it actually works. So we're going to add a button first, and then we're going to see if it runs. So we're going to do the following. We're going to go to, again, if you need to unprotect your sheet, you're going to go ahead and unprotect that sheet here. So you can edit it. And then we're going to go back to developer. We're going to go over to insert right here. And we're going to click the first one, and this will allow us to insert a button. These are also called form controls. So we're going to insert a button here. And then we're going to go ahead and just draw it. You can kind of put it wherever you want. Excel recommends kind of putting it like right here. And you can just click and hold down your mouse and drag that. And you're going to select which macro you want it associated with. So we want it with the add donor macro. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And then I'm able to go in here and change the words. So we're going to change this to add new donor. And then when I'm done with that, I can go ahead and just click out of it. And that's a new button. So you can actually click it, right? And see how it goes to click now. So I have a new button there that I can use. And now we'll go and we'll test it out. So I'm going to go ahead and start just typing in some information. So let's see, we're going to go ahead and type in 9/19/2024 for my date. We're going to let this be a $10,000 donation. This is going to be done, let's see, other. This is for Laura, or from Laura Raymond. And let's see, at 8 Elm Drive in Columbus, in Ohio, 43229. And then phone number is going to be 614-555-4856. So we've entered our information for our donor, and then we're going to hit our add new donor button and see if it actually works. Are we ready? All right, add new donor. And I'm going to go over to my donations page, and it worked. There it is. So all those steps that I previously just did got added in here. So I don't have to perform that every single time now. I can kind of use my donors page here, and then I can just unclick that. My donors page here as my landing. And then I could add the information, hit add new donor, right? And then it's going to go ahead, and I just did it twice, but it's going to go ahead and populate in on the other sheet. So that's quite a lot of steps that we were able to save. And we also made our Excel file easier to use as well for other colleagues and things like that. The other thing you could do here, so I did notice that my data was still highlighted at the end. So maybe in my macro next time, I would want to just double click a different cell to end that process with. Maybe click back to cell, C6 or something like that. But otherwise, that worked really well. Now, you can follow along in your book as well. They'll have you perform some additional macros. So it's just a good thing to just keep practicing and try it out. Another one they'll have you do is to refresh the data. So, as we're typing in new donations here, it'd be great if our dashboard data would also update. Now, if you're pretty comfortable with Excel, you can go to data and just hit refresh, and that will keep refreshing automatically for you. But not everybody is that good with Excel. So again, you could create a little button over here that says refresh data. And then that way, again, that user that you're working with, or that client, again, that you're building this for, can just click that button, and they don't have to worry about knowing all the ins and outs of Excel like we're learning here in class. So give the other macros in your text a try. And again, of course, if you have questions, just let me know.